Also in a more defensive role, but might be pushing him out a little bit onto the wide side for today's game. Scored in the Algerian League earlier this month. So Shikri for Laufi, who they had high hopes of down the left-hand side of the defence. And Bugera comes in for Abdeslem, who really did battle in the midfield in his very first Champions League appearance. So Sundowns to get us underway. They, by the way, have made no changes to their team. This is the same side that started the first leg as well last Saturday. In between, of course, on Tuesday they played in the league against Richards Bay, a 1-0 victory here at Loftus, which puts Sundowns now 19 points clear at the top of the DStv Premiership, at the title having been sewn up already. They've got Amazulu away in Durban next on Wednesday. League matches today, tomorrow as well in the DStv Premiership, plus on Monday, of course, where we've got live coverage of Kaizer Chiefs hosting Swallows. They've taken that game to the Peter Mokaba Stadium in Polokwane. Teko Modise back in the commentary box, having made the long trip up from the field. What would be Sundowns' objective now?
I think it's to frustrate Belouizdad with the ball, keep the ball in that midfield, create those opportunities, and be patient a little bit, because you're not chasing the game. And once those opportunities come through, make sure that you punish. And I think with Belouizdad in the second half, they'll try and take a little bit more risk.
Now Wamba finally getting somebody to chase onto. Butwil is the defender. Support coming from Shikri, who's just come onto the field. And the other change, Bugera. Had the Solny involved. Now Shikri with the cross over the top. No one really attacking it. Bugera on that left-hand side. It looks as if the two changes are in essence two wing-backs who've come on, both on the left and on the right.
Probably maybe to create more energy and have more energy going forward, and be able to bring those balls inside the box. Because I think you look at Modiba, you look at Modao, where they play those inverted positions, there's a lot of space and gaps that Belouizdad can use.
Belouizdad onside. 21 goals in all competitions this season for Peter Belouizdad. They'll be handing him a commemorative jersey at full time to commemorate the fact that he passed 100 goals for South African clubs. Remember, he started at Highlands Park before joining Sundowns. He achieved that in the first leg last Saturday. Here's Mayama now in the penalty area. Taken away by Belkhetir, and away goes the young man Akram Buras, pushing forward now, looking for a chance here for the Nigerian Iwala. Great cover defence from Modao. Not for the first time in this game, reacting to what he perceived as a call against him, but actually it's gone his way.
Look at the sprint that he puts in there to be able to come back and recover that after Mamelodi Sundowns lost the ball in that midfield with so many numbers being pushed forward, with Neo Mayema being the culprit of losing that ball. And yet again, that early commitment there from Modiba with that tackle that actually allowed Belouizdad to have that transition, but good cover defense there from Modao.
Turned out to be an offside decision, so Modao nothing to be worried about. Now here comes Aubrey Modiba. Finds Mbule, looks for Zwane. Zwane to Mayama. Back to Temba Zwane. Good overlapping run here from Modao. Now he can bang it across. That is the finishing touch. Mamelodi Sundowns have the lead. Excellent cross from Modao. It might want to be going in anyway, but Moreira made 100% sure.
Indeed, if you remember as well in the first half, Tapelo Moreira had an opportunity with the header. But this time around, he makes sure that he connects with it to be able to give Mamelodi Sundowns that lead that they need. But Again, that good pass there from Tembazwane to able to spot the run of Mudawo on the right-hand side to bring that ball in. And that's the leader from Mamelodi Sundowns. This is a man that also scores important goals for Mamelodi Sundowns. Very versatile, playing different positions. There he goes with the celebration. He shows as well, as a striker, he'll be able to score goals as well.
No, is he going to get a yellow card here? There was a rather lengthy celebration with my boy. Well, they got a bit of a deflection. That's why it looked as if it was possibly going straight in from Mudau, but it is Morena's goal, that's for sure. Unmarked at the back post. He's a popular man, Tapelo Morena, amongst his teammates, and they were all out there to celebrate. So Mamelodi Sundowns in the lead. The aggregate score now is 6-2, and it's surely Teko must be game, set and match for Belouizdad. Now Sundowns have licensed to perhaps turn it on for the home crowd.
They need to, Mark. I think they need to go and score more and try and score more, because the game's going to open. Belouizdad will try and come back and throw back into the game.
Peter Shalolina into the middle, from Zwane, turned towards the goalkeeper, who made a very good reflex save. Still they come, Modiba this time. How close was that from Tembazwane? Fans now really lifting their voices, enjoying the football here at Loftus Versfeld, as Sundowns look well on their way to a place in the African Champions League semi-finals, and it'll come after 3 successive editions of this tournament, being knocked out in the last 8. Here is the cross in, and Zwane with a nice little touch.
Nice little touch with his left foot. There, great save from the goalkeeper, but Zwane making sure that he gets into that box very early on. We spoke earlier on about Peter Shalolina. When he takes that wide position, when he's not out inside the box, you need people to be able to run inside the box, and Tembazwane playing as a 10, he needs to be inside that box and supporting Tapelo Morena.
Sundowns throw-in, so nothing going right at the moment for the visitors. Zwane with a bit of space. Zwane will go for goal! Onto the roof of the net.
Tembazwane continues to find space in and around that midfield, and here he is here, realizing that the ball favors him to be able to try and take a shot, using the right technique rather, but unfortunately they couldn't hit the target.
Taking a while to learn their lesson of Tembazwane. The defence was backing off there as well. Zwane again, and Bule. Can he get the cross in there? Quena, Zwane. Now Bule again. Just toying with Belouizdad at the moment. Zwane. Cuts inside. Is there a handball there right in front of the referee? He allows play to continue. Modiba back in. Away from the substitute Shikri. Niwala unable to keep it under control, so it's with Sipho Mbule now. With Tembazwane. That's Vizada on the overlap by Emma. But be careful here not to irritate the Algerians too much, because there might be a few flying tackles that could well end your season.
Sure, that's true. You can see also there's going to be a lot of frustrations from the Nigerian team because of also the fans as well attacking Mamelodi Sundowns. Mamelodi Sundowns up, and I think Mamelodi Sundowns should get that a third goal to be able to seal the game, to be able to see the substitution happening.
Yeah, no doubt. Possession lost and won by Wamba here as he got support from Selmi. And then Morena takes it away. Pass from Zwani was just a little too strong for Maema. Shikri. Iwala. That's far too strong. No problems there for Ronald Williams, who really has had very little to do in this game except pick up the ball out of his own net. Nabil Kouki, is this perhaps his last match in charge? There's quite a lot of talk in Algeria about the arrival of Patrice Cateron, the Frenchman who's won the Champions League with Mazembe before, worked at Al Ahly and at Zamalek. The Algerian coach, or he's Tunisian actually, but the coach of this Algerian club, will he be in charge when he gets home on Monday? They've got a game, by the way, next Friday against Entente Sétif, a big match for them in the Algerian league. No surprise there, those possession statistics in favour of Sundowns.
No surprise indeed. You can also see, and also Belouizdad knew exactly that in that midfield, Mamelodi Sundowns will dominate possession. That's why they structured themselves very low in terms of their defense, because they knew that in that midfield they can't compete.
Mokoena. Back from Iwala to Shikri. Good pressure applied by Shadolile. Illegal pressure though. The Mozambican linesman on the far side was very quick with his flag. Pride of Katatura in Windhoek is Peter Shadolile. Taken away by Selmi in the middle of the park, looking for Bugera to set something up. The turn from Wamba, defensive work from Mudiba and from Botville. Wamba is proving quite strong, but his feet let him down there.
I think it's one player in the game for Belouizdad in terms of going forward. He hasn't been engaged a lot. You can see his strength here with the Mudiba. He needs to be more on the ball, especially in and around the box. But yeah, you can just see there with the slip. Very unfortunate there for him.
Played for Cameroon at junior level. Now surely offside Morena. Didn't need the flag to go up. They went all the way through back to the goalkeeper. Now Gedat is number 2 here on the near side, played in the Algerian Chan team, the national side made up of home-based players. At the Chan tournament earlier this year, Algeria lost to Senegal in the final of post-match penalties. He was a regular in that team. Five caps for Nigeria, 2 of them in Cup of Nations qualifiers, once against Lesotho. All of them as substitutes though, coming on for a few minutes at the end of the games. Selmi. Frustration continues for Bunas. Football still left here at Loftus, a good half an hour or so. Temptation for Rani Mokoena soon might be to make some sort of changes. weekend off. Sundowns next weekend, which is rather unusual for them. We've got the Nedbank Cup semi-finals, the Soweto derby between Chiefs and Pirates on the Saturday, next Saturday, May the 6th, and then on the Sunday, the 7th of May, Stellenbosch hosting Sekhukhune United for a place in a first ever final. Both of those clubs have never been this far in the competition before. That's coming up next weekend on your World of Champions. Disappointing ball from Madiba, but in his defence, it did seem to bobble on the pitch a little.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of those balls in today's game. I think the pitch is not properly well for Sundowns' position style of play.
Buras just taken away from him, and that's still the goalkeeper battling to get his hands on it, and Buras is the man who clears, having been the man who was dispossessed. And there's a wonderful example of how the press works from Mamelodi Sundowns.
Yeah, good counter press there. Mokoena reading the situation very well there. Timbazwane, unfortunate that he couldn't control the ball very well, but yet again he tried to keep the ball. He kept the ball alive rather, but at the end, Belouizdad were able to defend.
You can understand he is furious with his teammates. So double change here. Islam Belkhir, 28, played in the starting lineup last Sunday. And they are also bringing on Ali Regba, who was actually born in Ireland. Excuse me, born in Germany, but is an Irish citizen. Played for Leicester City at academy level, did Ali Regba. Second season in Algeria, of Algerian roots as well. And Belkhir is on for Wamba. So we've seen the two imports from West Africa depart. Chatsworth, by the way, it's Royal AM1, Cape Town City 1. Ronald Williams, another survivor of that Supersport United side that lost in the Confederation Cup final 2017 to Mazembe, along with Mokoena and Ndule. Clean sheet in this Champions League against Al Hilal. It was the opening group game for Sundowns. Now a long one from Mavara, down the middle in search of Morena. Interesting that Rolando Mokoena is not tempted to make any changes, which suggests that when they go to Amazulu on Wednesday, it's going to be another new look side.
Yeah, I think with the quality of players that he has, I think you can afford to do that. You can also see with the same lineup that he used in Algeria, the same lineup that he put on today. You can see that also knowing that there is a game during the week, rightfully so, he might use a different team.
Regba gets the free kick. Interesting background to this man, born in Germany, but an Irish citizen. Played his football in Ireland and in England, is of Algerian descent, and has gone almost back to the homeland, as it were, to keep his professional career going. At the age of 23. At the end of this game, the planning begins for Wydad Casablanca in the semi-final against an old foe, which in the past has really been a tough encounter for Mamelodi Sundowns. Have been on the receiving end of some very disappointing results against Wydad, both in the quarters and the semis of past editions, as well as the group phase.
I'm sure the homeworks started last night.
Yeah, I think you're right. And we're up against Simba last night. Just a reminder again, those other quarter-final second leg games in the Champions League tonight at 9 o'clock. Al Ahly are 2-0 up against Raja Casablanca away in Morocco tonight. And Esperance of Tunisia look as if they've got a foot in the semis. They beat JS Kabylie of Algeria 1-0 away in the first leg, so they go home with an advantage, much the same situation for Sundowns. Algerian representation will come to an end in this competition. They've got Usman still competing in the Confeds Cup. That's tomorrow. No way through there for Shikri. Neatly done by Mudar, and despite the fresh legs on the field, Sundowns get out of that with no real problem. Straight through the middle from Williams. That's his strong point these days, the passing from defence. So 2-1 here to Sundowns, and a foot in the semi-final, it must be said. Frustrating afternoon for the Algerians. Chabab Belouizdad means sporting youth of Belouizdad, in case you were wondering, Tico. Chases on for Shalolina. Needed a good first touch there. Shikri is the defender. Back here to Morena and Zwane. All very patient from the South African champions. They'll be back in the Champions League again next season, of course, irrespective of what happens in this campaign. And we have the throw in there as well. So, a Sundowns sub is in the offing, by the way. Kulise to come on for Mbule over here. No change yet to be made. Mbule still on the park. Tennis racket touch there from Shalolila, got away from him. Shikri. Again, the pressure from Sundowns, forcing the errors at the back from the visitors. And Shikri with possession. Flag is up, throwing to Belouizdad. And now we can get the Sundowns change onto the field, and Mbule will come off. Kulisa will come on. Just a bit more energy maybe in the middle, I reckon, Teko.
Also more control, because that's what Kulisi brings in the team. More control on the ball, just slow down the tempo a little bit. More control rather than anything else, and that's what Kulisi brings. And I think with Sipumbule as well, certain moments I think the legs are a little bit gone because he hasn't played so many games as well. So, but I think with Coach Rada Mukwena, the more concern is how to defend with the ball. That's what Mamelodi needs to do at this time.
Remember, the Algerians are retiring as well. They're having to deal with the altitude here.
Yeah. And you can see also the system and how they put themselves. They haven't changed a lot, even though with the fresh leg, they still don't want to praise Mamelodi Sundowns up behind.
Okay. Kulisa gets his first touch. Training exercise now, and the work at Kuakot becoming evident. Well, the fight really looks to have gone out of the Algerians, and there's still over 20 minutes remaining in this tie. Kulise to Zwane. With the reply for Sundowns, and then Morena with the go-ahead goal. Kulise is held off there by the strength of Kidad. Forward from Belgetir, who's come into centre-back position after starting on the right of the defence in the first half. Throw in Sundowns, says the referee. No foul given for that. Strong challenge from Bookwill, but away they come now. A little bit of a counter-attack opportunity. Led by Shikri. I think he fancies taking Morena on for pace though. Morena gets the touch in. Excuse me, down.
Yeah, I think it was an opportunity lost for them. I think he should have tried, especially with the fresh legs. Maybe not go down the line, maybe cut inside, force him down to defend a little bit differently, because I think that's why they were brought in, so that they can have those counter-attacks. But still, for you to have counter-attacks, you need to be able to be on the ball, and they're struggling to get the ball off Mamelodi Sundowns.
This is the 22nd meeting, by the way, between South African and Algerian clubs in African club competition. It'll be the 10th win for South African sides if Sundowns can hold on to this lead. 7 wins for the Algerians, 6 of them at home, and there have been 5 draws as well. Straight to the middle from Williams. Ayema is brought down.
Yeah, he was let down by that first touch, but he did well again to be able to protect that ball to force the foul from the captain, Butcher. But you earlier when you spoke about the passes of Williams, I know this season has been amazing to watch him be able to be comfortably and confidently so pass those balls to such precision in and around that midfield to be able to give Mamelodi Sundowns an opportunity to turn and start an attack.
Well, he goes level with the 2 centre-backs and then spread out a little bit, so you can't press on them.
Yeah.
And then the gap in the middle, he sticks the ball through, and invariably Mokwena's got time to turn and put Sundowns onto the front foot. Not a very good day at the office today for CR Belouizdad. There was an early goal and some promise for them in the rather difficult task, having lost the first leg 4-1, but that little light extinguished really just before half-time when Tembazani equalised and Tapelo Morena 4 minutes into the second half, putting Sundowns in the lead. The likes of Tabiso Kutumela, Bongani Zungu and Gaston Sereno all warming up, and Lebo Khan Maboe as well. We have a score update from Chatsworth for you as well. Cape Town City away from home have taken the lead. Remember, they looking to finish in the top 3 this season. They lead Royal by 2-1. Now, that ball from Williams through the middle, they were onto that a little quicker. Belouizdad, Aubrey Modiba needed to react quickly, which is what he did. And Kulise. Kulise looking for Tapelo Morena. Kulise, Shaolile lays it back. Modiba with a left foot. That is narrowly wide. Sudden burst of excitement here from Mamelodi Sundowns.
Good play there from Mamelodi Sundowns. Kolisi being able to be the one that actually conduct that play. And then Mudiba being unable there to just hit the target, but good pass there from also Peter Shabili.
Sundowns look as if they're going to make a triple change shortly. Serino and Zungu are standing by to come on. And Levoka Maboy, good to see him getting some more game time. Now Shalolile leaves it for Maema. This is Bouchard who will clear it away. .15 remain now here in the second leg of this Champions League quarter-final. Mamelodi Sundowns on their way to the semis for the first time since 2019. They lost, ironically, to Wydad Casablanca, who they will be meeting this time around as well. So, time to get those changes on now. There's a queue of players ready to come on, starting with Maboy, who takes the place of Mudau. Of course, had a bad knee injury that really set him back at one stage. A real kingpin in the team, and Pisa Mosamani was still a coach. He used him in all sorts of positions. Shalolile is replaced by Serino. And the last man to go on will be Bongani Zungu. Zungu will replace the hard-working Mokoena, like for like there. So Gaston Serino has battled a little with injury. Zungu, of course, battled with fitness and weight issues when he returned from France.
And it took some time for him to start playing with the team. And when he started to get his rhythm right, and then he gets injured, so it's nice also to see him back on the pitch.
Interception from Mvara. Zungu over the top looking for Serino. Belkhatir clears it away. Little touch in there from Vega. Taken away by Zwane. Foul by Moreno, who claims that his jersey was pulled. Gets no traction from the referee. The tug, but there certainly was a legal challenge too from Moreno on Haddad.
Yeah, then Haddad realized as well that he wasn't in control of the ball, and then he drew a foul there from Mokoena.
Now, can he set something up? Woodwill, he's done well there. Centre back who largely ignored in the first half of the season, but been given his opportunity now and is really showing some flying colours here.
Indeed. And then we always speak about the balance at the back for Mamelodi Sundowns, especially being a team that likes to build up. You always want to have your left side at a centre back that is very calm on the ball, that also is a good passer, and yeah, he's slotted in that position very well.
Means Rashid Narouk is on the bench these days. Musa Lebusa still battling with so many different injuries, being very unlucky. Brian Onyango, another backup that they still have in the centre back position. Zungu gets caught. There were three of them. Haddad. Rega. Robin Williams, that's a little too early to be winding down the clock. There's a good 10 minutes or so to go. The crowd are looking for a little entertainment here on this late Saturday afternoon in the nation's capital. Not too many home games left for Sundowns this season. They will finish the league campaign against Maritzburg. That game will now not take place on the last day of the league season, which is the 20th of May. Because obviously Sundowns will be involved in the second leg of the Champions League semi-final, so they've got to find a new date for that one. Maboe, Maema, little Bloemfontein connection there. Sungu. That's Sundowns ball. Saying Teko, we haven't had a yellow card in this game, which at one stage just threatened to boil up a little bit.
Especially in the first half, later on into the first half, especially when VAR got involved. You see there was a lot of tempo there, revision, but in the second half, I think that second goal for Mamelodi Sundowns, I think, took off the steam for Belouizdad. And ever since then, we can see Mamelodi Sundowns being in control of the ball.
For the moment, Belouizdad will still need a bunch of goals, 5 in fact. 5, that includes the one that they've scored already, so 4 more that they need if they are to turn this tie around dramatically in the final 8 minutes. Not really showing much enterprise. So this is the last change now. 21-year-old striker Ishak Busov, who was playing in the second division in Belgium last season. He's on for the equally young Akram Buras. A little bit of game time for the youngsters at this level of competition against a team of the quality of Mamelodi Sundowns is not going to go amiss, and the coach is using the opportunity. Away from Zungu, but Nkulise was there. This is the new player Busov, gets caught by Zungu's challenge. Played in the top flight in France, of course, Zungu, and for Glasgow Rangers in the Scottish Championship. And for South Africa. As the handball, flag up for offside anyway. One more change for Mamelodi Sundowns as well. This is their last change that they can make. One more change for Mamelodi Sundowns as well. This is their last change that they can make. And Rushin Lerouk is coming on. Maema will be the man to go off. Wind has suddenly picked up here in Pretoria, rather unusually. Maybe some rain too, so late afternoon showers, typical Highveld storm. The crowd are not moving though. Cell phones are out, the lights are on. They're enjoying this Mamelodi Sundowns supporters. They'll be back here on the 20th of May for the match against Wydad Casablanca and some, one would hope. Sorino. Vala. Now all of a sudden some pressure from Belouizdad to take possession away. do not get the corner they were looking for.
And I think Coach used that performance today. They had to look at themselves and really reanalyze themselves. I don't think they were brave enough, especially chasing the score of 4-1. I think it should have taken more initiative, trying to play those long balls into the channel, force Mamelodi Sundowns defend to 10. But then again, because they defended a little bit deeper, they allowed Mamelodi Sundowns to be in control of the ball. And once you do that, that becomes a problem for you to get the ball back, and then you allow your Timbers is the creative players for Mamelodi Sundowns to punish you.
It's amazing here on the high felt how quickly those afternoon storms come out of nowhere. Serino looking for who was unable to get a touch onto it, and perhaps a little too strong from Serino, although Morena had peeled off in one direction and then quickly changed. There he goes, and then he tracks back, but that's too strong from Serino.
Yeah, it was too strong indeed. See, he made 2-3 different runs, and once he finds himself there, the ball is too strong for him to connect.
One goal already at the back post for Tapero Morena. Sundowns free kick. Extend this wonderful run he's had as coach of Mamelodi Sundowns with another victory. If they can keep the scoreline going, it'll be a 23rd win in 30 matches. Not a bad start to your coaching career at Mamelodi Sundowns. Of course, he did have a spell with Pirates and at Chipper United as well as the solo head coach. Standing his ground here as Kedat tries to steal some ground of his own.
Yeah, there's a lot of frustration from the Belouizdad players, and understandably so because of the results as well, and it seems like nothing goes their way.
Mamelodi had to go into Kedat just for the gamesmanship, really. So the clock says 3 minutes plus whatever stoppage time the referee from Mauritania will add on. Hopefully he's a benevolent man and will take Belouizdad out of their misery sooner rather than later. This is really a pedestrian show now in the closing stages of this Champions League quarter-final. Focus on the next tie for Sundowns, and Wydad Casablanca, the defending champions, lie in wait. Wasn't the goal route that maybe some fans were hoping for, but nice efficient performance, would you say, Teko, from Mamelodi Sundowns?
Nice indeed. I think business-minded as well. I think that first goal that they conceded woke them up. They came back into the game and they did what they were supposed to be expected as well from the fans. But I think from the performance-wise, I don't think they were pushed enough. I think Belouizdad, gave up too early.
Right, now they're getting stuck in. Kedat again involved, and Nkulise is half his size. And Kedat is referee chasing the coach away, and I think Kedat could land himself in a bit of trouble here now. He's been a picture of irritation over the last 10-15 minutes, and his teammates recognizing that as well. Boutwil, of course, speaks common Arabic language, telling him to calm down, and Kedat is going to get the first yellow of the game. I wonder if Nkulise might get a yellow at the same time too. Is coming back to collect the yellow. Referee says, calm down, there's your yellow, there's my yellow. handbags at the end of this long afternoon. So they do have the free kick. That continues. He is a man with a rather large hangover, you would think. He's looking to get on the end of this. Easy header away there from Mbala. One more goal, say the fans. Good pressure from Police. The substitute Busov finding it hard to come away with the ball. And there he is again in possession. Comes off from Kulise. There'll be a throw into Belouizdad. We move into stoppage time at the end of the 90 minutes. There'll be 4 minutes added on. 4 minutes, says the fourth official. Scoreboard corrected too. So the dream of another star on the shirt for Mamelodi Sundowns continues. And after some serious disappointment over the last 3 editions of this tournament, into the last 4, living up to the potential that they've shown in the group phase of the competition. Victories over Al Ahly of Egypt. Top place in the group yet again. And now a convincing quarter-final aggregate score. Look at that, 6-2. In favour of Sundowns. This is a good run from Chikri and from Ragab, and they've got a free kick here on the edge of the area, so this might be a chance for Belouizdad to in fact draw this match and come away with something from Pretoria.
And you can see here with Chikri taking that initiative, which is something that we haven't seen in this game, when one of Belouizdad players maybe carry on with the ball and force and draw fouls from Mamelodi Sundowns. This is an opportunity for them since they scored via a set piece.
So it's De Ruyck who gives away the kick. Belouizdad now with a wonderful chance to level the scoreline on the afternoon and add just a little bit of gloss to the aggregate score as well. The wind is howling down there now. Fair number of players in play here to take this kick. And Kulise is the guinea pig or the sacrificial lamb on the pitch. Chance for the Algerians to get back in this game against the wall. Busov has possession. To the byline he goes. Onto his more fancied left foot. Gets the cross in. Header was away from Zungu. Bugera looking to get a shot in. That's also cleared away. And then Kulise will get it further forward. Header away from Mbala. So that chance goes begging for Belouizdad. And now here comes Tapero Morena. Is this a final swan song on this Saturday afternoon for Mamelodi Sundowns? Clearance from the skipper, Sofiane Bouchard. Now with Zungu, with Morena, and back with Modiba. We've around about 40 seconds left. Zungu. Modiba, this will be the last attack for Mamelodi Sundowns. Drags it back. Neatly cut out by Mokhtar Belkhita. Tired bodies out there. Belouizdad onto the plane tonight. Private charter plane will take them back home to Algeria. It's usually a trip that involves at least one refueling stop, so it's fairly exhausting travel. And it'll be the end of their participation in this season's African Champions League. They should be back again next season. Look odds on to retain their title in Algeria, win the league for the fourth successive year. So Sundowns are into the semi-finals. Confirmation. They have beaten CR Belouizdad by 2-1 here this afternoon in Loftus Versfeld. It is a 6-2 triumph on aggregate. Comprehensively done by the South African champions.